Hi, welcome back. I'm David Mulligan, and this is the Writers Bloc on Virtual Channel Network. I want to continue our view on L.A. Confidential, the Oscar-winning screenplay by Brian Hegland. Interior LAPD headquarters, briefing room day, and we'll shoot down to Dudley's second line. Dudley says, "Edmond, a word with you. We received a tip this morning. Did Vincennes ever mention the name Rollo Tomasi?" Exley tries to look like he's thinking as Jack calls from the grave, screaming the name Dudley. Now, this is a huge turning point in the story. In this point in the story, this is where the main character, one of the main characters, realizes that the chief of police, that Dudley, is actually behind all of this. And he could say that on the page and it would be fine and we would move on. But he doesn't. He doesn't. He uses voice. In fact, he uses a character's voice that's not even there anymore. And the way that he does it is really good. And I definitely want to have a conscious understanding of this when I write so that I can do this sort of thing. Notice, Exley tries to look like he's thinking as Jack calls from the grave, screaming the name Dudley. Very, very good. Take a look at that and see if you have something like that in your script, especially at these pivotal moments where the reader really needs to be there. They can't be distracted at this moment because this moment's really important. And he does it in such a way that makes it very interesting and fun to read, right? I think so. Judge for yourself. Moving on. Okay, we are in Interior Records Room, LAPD day. We'll go down to the fourth paragraph. Bud's here to kill him. He hauls Exley up, pummels him, then throws him over the table. Then up into the wall. Plaster cracks. Bud's on some gonzo animal plane. Bud strangles him. Exley gags. It'll be over in a moment. Very cool. This little paragraph is pretty much the what's happening. Usually these fights are choreographed, right? You know what? It's good to choreograph a fight. As a writer, though, it may become difficult logistically. You want to get the essence of what's happening on there. You want to give a little bit action description, and here he definitely does. But he keeps it vague enough. He keeps it more feeling than actually exactly what happens. He gives them a right and a left, and then you don't want to get too technical about what they're doing. And frankly, it doesn't matter. They're going to hire someone to help them with the choreography, a stunt person, to work on that and make sure it's really good. But in this case, I think he handles the situation very well in how he writes it and how he communicates to the reader. I got it, and I really like how he says it'll be over in moments, because technically it will be over in moments. Anybody who watches the movies up to this point, if you had to bet between Bud or Exley, all the money would go on Bud, of course. And it's good to have this kind of tension this late in the story too. Blah blah blah, all of that. But read that part and see what you think. See if you can get something of value out of that. Moving on. Yeah, this is a little thing. This is not much, but I wanted to mention I really like. Halfway down the page, the last paragraph before we get into the L.A. montage, it says, "The shotgun belches flame." Dudley goes down, shot in the back. Exley drops the gun, raises his hands over his head. "The shotgun belches flame." He could have said he shot him in the back, but he didn't. He said, "The shotgun belches flame." I like that. Again, it's an essence, it's a voice, it's a feeling for what's happening, not exactly what's happening. If it belched flame, did it shoot a shock put into his back? That kind of thing. Not necessary. You don't have to go that far. Just say it in a way that we get it, concise and interesting, that sort of thing. Something to consider at very least. And that is it for Oscar-winning L.A. Confidential, written by Brian Hegland. My name is David Mulligan, and this has been the Writers Bloc for Virtual Channel Network. Thanks for joining me. And remember, before you go, if you can put words on the page, you're not blocked.